Hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. The last time I was on here, I did a pretty big build for such little time. It took like 3 weeks for that upload to be uploaded, and it happens. Sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes we realize that we need farms when we don't have farms. Anyways, as you can see, I have a sheep farm behind me, and that is because I did some material gathering before recording, which I will show you the material gathering montage in a few minutes. But first, let me tell you what we're building. I have realized that because of just exploring and everything, we have an elytra now. And because we have an elytra now, we kind of need a lot more rockets. And I only have 27 rockets. Granted, I probably would have more if I'm not such a scaredy cat and fall asleep all the time. Not fall asleep, but use the bed every time I see nighttime come up. But while I was gathering materials, occasionally it would be nighttime and occasionally I would get creepers that lasted to the day. But that's not good enough. I need a full-on creeper farm. And the wonderful world of YouTube has a tutorial that I could follow, so I'm gonna follow that tutorial and use it. Of course, I will link it in the description for you guys to also follow if you want to make it as well. But let's get to the material gathering. And the material gathering is in process. This took me quite a while. I did do it off camera and then, well, technically it's on camera, but I cut out a lot of the parts because a lot of the parts is just me patiently waiting for trees to grow and stuff like that. But I kind of sped up the video because I wanted it to be ASMR at first, but then I realized how painfully slow I am at crafting things in Minecraft. I don't know why I don't just do the shift click thing or like use the crafting table recipe book type deal so I don't have to drag it in myself. But I drag it in myself and I drag it in such a slow way that it's so painful to watch myself craft something. So I'm so sorry if you guys watched all my other videos and noticed how painfully slow my crafting is. I apologize for that. I am genuinely so sorry that it pisses me off. Why am I so slow? I hope I could get better at that. So sadly, I can't give you like a cool 5 minute ASMR time lapse type deal. Not time lapse, but like material gathering type deal because I'm painfully slow and it would annoy me to put you through that. But instead, you get to listen to me talk for 10 extra minutes about random stuff that I didn't prep beforehand. So if I sound pretty awkward, it's just my social anxiety. You think someone that has a YouTube channel would be better with their social anxiety. No, I also can't speak. I pronounce things very weirdly. I'm getting to the point where I don't know what to say, but look, we got some stuff. At this point, we're just gathering things that's already in my house. We haven't even gotten to the point where I need to chop down a bunch of trees and get annoyed with the fact that I have to chop down a bunch of trees because I need bone meal and I need to gather bone meal and then harvest my greenhouse. But yeah, maybe I should talk about other things while we're gathering materials. I could talk more about the build, but it's not really something I need to talk about. It's a creeper farm. I already mentioned, I think I mentioned the fact that we're building a creeper farm. And if I did not mention that already, whoopsies. Well, now you know it's a creeper farm. And it's like, the basic creeper farm. Just went onto YouTube, looked up a tutorial, and went for the first thing I saw that had not a lot of materials. But then I made it into a lot of materials because I decided to cover the farm with something. The little rocket, which maybe I shouldn't have said so soon in the video. But it's fine. During the process of recording all of this material gathering, I was watching a whole bunch of anime, which is no surprise. I kind of regret doing the whole filming material gathering without talking because now I don't know what to talk about. other than just random things that pop into my head. And anime just popped into my head because I was watching anime when I was gathering these materials. And I was watching The Apothecary Diaries because that has been very frequent on my TikTok. And I thought, why not give it a shot? And turns out I actually really like The Apothecary Diaries. It's a pretty good anime. It's a little weird, but what anime isn't a little weird, you know? But it's pretty cool. I really like the characters. The characters are pretty lovable. I also like the mysterious type, like mysterious essence of the show, and also how funny the characters react to each other. I'm definitely someone that enjoys how characters interact with each other. And it's such a pain because the anime is pretty recent. Like, it's a pretty new anime. I mean, at least, yeah, the anime itself is pretty new. It's on like the second season, and it's just recently uploaded the second season. So I watch it on Crunchyroll. But because I am a dub watcher, I watch it in dub. I do not watch it in sub because I can't read. I mean, I can read. It's just I don't when I want to watch an anime, I don't want to read it. If I want to read it, I will just read a manga, okay? I When I go to watch anime, I watch it because I want to focus on the anime itself and not spend the entire time trying to read the subtitles and then get lost of what's going on because I'm only reading the subtitles and I have no attention. Like, no clue what's going on the screen because my eyes are just focused only on the titles, the subtitles, and making sure that I'm reading them on time. And half the time, I have to pause the video to make sure I read the entire subtitles before I could continue on to the next one. And it's just such a pain when I just want to enjoy my anime, okay? I know so many people are like, dub sucks, dub sucks. You need to watch the sub. No, no, I won't. My first anime I watched was in dub, and it was the best I could ever watch. Because Urban High School Host Club in English dub is pretty good. I think that's like a pretty good choice for a first anime being Urban High School Host Club in English dub. But maybe not the best first anime because it is a little weird when you grow up and realize all the things that's happening in the show is not a normal thing. I watched it when I was in middle school, so my friend told me about it when I was in middle school and I watched it then. So but it got me into anime, so it was pretty cool, I guess. It was fine. I feel like I'm streaming because I'm just chatting whatever's on my mind while we're mining these trees because mangrove is a pain in my butt. But we need to make a mangrove farm, and I'll probably mention that again and later in the video. But for now, we suffer until I can make a mangrove farm. I don't even know how to make a mangrove farm. How do I make a mangrove farm? Because it's so different than the other trees. Like, I like the tree, it's pretty cool in concept, but a pain in the butt when you want to gather a whole bunch of it. Like anything else in Minecraft, it's cool in concept, but it's a pain in the butt when you need to get multiple of that thing for a build. I'm trying to think, is there like any good material gathering? Like, I don't think that made any sense. But like, is there a material in Minecraft that is super, super easy to gather? That's not like dirt. Because I feel like sometimes when it comes to dirt, it's a bit difficult. Because then because maybe you need to change it into coarse dirt, and then hoe the I know how to speak, coarse dirt, and then change it into regular dirt, and that's like time consuming. And wood is time consuming as well, especially with different types of trees and how they grow. I mean, every single material that you need to gather is time consuming. Like glass is time consuming because you need to gather sand and then melt it. I mean, I guess sand is probably one of the easiest material gathering material because it's just sand. If you're just going for regular sand and not like the fancy sand bricks and stuff, then yeah, sand is pretty good because you just need to find a dozen and then boom, shovel it all up and you're all set. Now back on the dirt, I know a, probably a good amount of people are gonna say that dirt is very easy to gather, and it is. It's pretty easy to gather. But the difficult part of gathering dirt is trying not to ruin your terrain when you're digging out the dirt. And then if you don't want to take dirt from like the terrain, then you're gonna have to do it in the mines. And then you don't get a lot of dirt when you're mining. And then you could take it with the gravel and then just make it into coarse dirt and then get 2 times the amount of dirt you had beforehand. But then you would have to hoe it, so it's like a process. Water's kind of easy to get, but water's not really a block material type deal. It's more like a liquid. You could get infinity water. That's pretty nice. I'm upset that you can't get infinity lava. Like when you put 2 lava sources together, you don't get infinity lava source. I know you could change it into the settings to let you do that, but it's just, why is it not just a natural thing to occur, to happen? But nope, it's not. Anyways, we're at the desert grabbing sand because I need more sand to get my glass. This is when I'm actually going to talk about what I'm getting because it's on time. And now we're waiting for the glass to smelt because waiting for glass to smelt is really long and tedious. So we're waiting while I walk back and forth like a maniac. Actually, I'm not a maniac, but yeah. And here's where we build the sheep farm. Well, I tried to build a sheep farm. I tried following the tutorial. I messed up in the beginning, but it's fine. You guys don't get to see that. But it's very simple, very easy, very quick to make. Link in the description. And now we bring the little sheep over. Bringing the sheep over was actually a little bit of a hassle because it just was. I had to bring it over with hay or with a lead, and then I didn't have the hit box on at first, and it was such a pain trying to shove them in without the hitbox, but I ended up adding the hitbox in the end because it was very helpful with the hitbox, and thank God the hitbox helped. Alright, the material gathering is done and over with, and now that it's done and over with, I can show you my lovely little shulkers filled with the materials that we need. Now, this is the materials that we need for the farm itself. And this is the material that we need to surround the farm. Because I didn't want to go like just build a giant farm and then call it a day. No, I want to disguise it as a giant rocket because I think that would be so much fun and so cool to do. You know, it's a rocket. It's a rocket farm essentially. It's for my rockets. Why else would I need a bunch of gunpowder for other than rockets? And maybe TNT. But what am I gonna use TNT for? It's not like I have best friends to like blow up, you know? I mean, I guess I could also use it for mining, but I like mining things by hand sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, we have to pick all of this up. Let me just get all of the things that we need. And just make sure these are all empty. These are all empty. And let's head to the location where I want to build my farm. Now, it's not going to be close because I don't want it to be close. I want it to be kind of far away, which might not make a lot of sense. But hey, man, I don't want a giant rocket in the like in my distance, you know? I don't want to see a giant rocket in an area that's not really a rocket area. Now, it's not too far. We could get there in like 1 rocket or 2, so it's not like we're gonna be wasting materials to get there, you know? Because we are almost at the location. Right here. Right here. I am going to be building it above this spot. Wait, no, this spot or that spot? Um, this one. We're gonna build in this one. And we need to make sure that we're at 250 for the Y level. Now, I think this is a perfect time for me to get into the building time lapse. I look so weird when I'm floating in the water. Why can't you see my face? Oh, yep. Time for us to get into building. The farm is done. It's all complete and we finally have a creeper farm. Yippee! I'm actually quite grand and grateful that we have a creeper farm now because now I don't have to worry about having fireworks. And now I could just sit here and wait for a bit while the creepers die. Now this is how much we got from just building the giant firework itself. And I kind of didn't show you guys. I mean, you saw the time lapse of how it looked, but um let's show how this part looks. We could definitely do a little free cam. Look at that. It's huge. It's a really giant firework. And it's big because I have to try my best to cover the entire thing. Now, I don't know why I made the window on this side, but I did. It's fine. It's on that side, no biggie. But we have the flames. I wanted to do rings instead because I don't know how to do flames very well. And I thought this would look really cool. I don't know. I thought it looked cool doing rings so I could fly through it to get into here, which um, I didn't really think of, not gonna lie. I almost died coming in here a couple of times during the build. I mean, I died once or twice trying to come in here. So it's like, it's a come at your own risk type of deal, you know? Probably not the. Did I just hear a zombie? No. Probably not the best way of getting my gunpowder that I so desperately need. But you know, you win some, you lose some, right? And that is so dark. I need to figure out a way to light it up. I think I have some cucumbers at home. I'm not 100% sure. That is not my concern at the moment, but look at that. It looks so cool in the sky. I mean, yeah, it's basic and everyone makes a firework. Not a firework. Wait, yeah, they make fireworks instead for their creeper farms, or at least for their shops. A lot of people. I was gonna say, like, a rocket is so normalized when making creeper farms and stuff because you make them for rockets, right? Yeah, it's basic, but I think it looks kind of cool. You know, I think it looks nice. It's huge, and I can't see it from here, so that is a good thing. But yeah, that is all for today. I am so close to this cactus. Let me just back away from it. Yep, yep. While I was gathering materials, I was also gathering some sugarcane so I could go ahead and make myself all of the fireworks I want to make and then not worry about it for like an entire week. Hopefully. I hope it lasts for an entire week. If it doesn't, that's fine, I suppose. Suppose it's fine if it doesn't last a week, but look at all the sugarcane that we have that I need to craft into paper. Dude. And then I could craft it into rockets. Oh, I don't even have them. Oh, some more buckets. We should be good on rockets. And the gunpowder is a really simple farm and so easy to deal with, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now I have a whole rocket shulker that I haven't had before. Isn't that grand? Isn't that awesome? No, it's a really simple episode today. Nothing big, nothing grand. We made ourselves a little farm, and that's exactly what I wanted and hoped for. And we need to make a lot more farms so I don't have to worry about gathering all the materials I want to gather when it comes to builds. But I also don't want to just make one farm after another, after another, after another, you know? We gotta split it in between. And then some farms are just tiny, simple ones that I just need for a quick moment. Like this sheep farm over here that I made while I was gathering materials because I needed a whole bunch of sheep. Oh, there is a spider outside. I mean, I could kill it, but I don't want to deal with mobs. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to split farms between regular builds because tend to go overboard with builds and I don't have a lot of time to gather all the materials that I need. And I am generally trying my best to not post like every 3 weeks. Like I'm trying to post frequently, and it's kind of hard to post frequently when I need to gather a lot of materials like 500 wool. I promise I will try to do a lot more smaller builds until we get a bunch of farms up and running. I'm trying to figure out what farm I should do next. We need to do like a build farm, maybe a tree farm because I use a lot of wood in my builds. And mangrove trees are a pain in the butt, I tell you. But first, we need to figure out what we can build next. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little eh, quick little video. That's just a little farm and a rocket, which looks so cool. Simple but so cool. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy I could have as many rockets as I please. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.